Yeah, they just said they asked him to stop whatever his complaint was, and he didn't stop, so they teed him up. And then he said something else to the other official, and he ran him out. It's just freaking ridiculous. Total BS. To take a star player out of the game. See worse than what he did on a nightly basis. I've seen it before. I see it every night. So unprecedented. Those are good officials that were on the game tonight, but that was certainly uncalled for and BS.
Obviously, you drew a tech afterwards. Were you trying to make that point to them at that time?
So what are you guys doing? Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Before the game with Drew Eubanks and Isaiah Stewart, I'm curious, just when did you find out about that situation?
Yeah, when I got here. I got here shortly around when it happened, and there's no place for anything like that in our game. There's no place for it. But we released a statement as a team. I don't have anything really more to add to that.
Curious, obviously, as far as the game goes, tight, and then you guys went on a huge run. I think it was 26-2. What did you see or like during that stretch that enabled you guys to push it out?
Yeah, well, and we know we could force turnovers against this team. This team turns the ball over a lot, and they're not a great three-point shooting team. So, we wanted to take away the paint. We had a poor paint game last night against Sacramento, and I wanted a response to that. We knew by doing that with their paint attack that we could force a lot of turnovers and get out on the break, similarly what we did in Utah. And, it played out that way. We forced a lot of turnovers. We got out in transition and, separated the game at that point.
Considering the pregame incident, the technical fouls, both being ejected, how did you like the way the guys stabilized during that time and just...
Wonderfully. I mean, it felt like it galvanized us. You never know how games like this are going to go. Last game before the break, both teams played last night. Getting a little bit of adversity 2 nights in a row. We lost Brad 5 minutes in the game. We lost Book 5 minutes in the game tonight. But having both of those guys out, really, makes us shorthanded at the guard position. So, I want to credit Saben Lee for coming in and playing a terrific game. Really helped not only stabilize us, but sparked us, during that stretch. And our guys handled adversity well and turned it into a positive, built up a big lead.
How much does his driving ability and change of pace help when he's able to come
Yeah, he's an elite athlete. He can really touch the paint at will. And, he makes good decisions when he gets there. He's very shifty. He's got great ability to draw fouls, with sweep moves and shot fakes and those types of things. And, he's a hell of a guy to have in that situation, to come in and give us that spark.
What can getting that just extended run more of those touches do for him and his confidence moving forward, too?
Yeah, I mean, every opportunity those guys get to play, the two-way guys get to play in the NBA with our team are always positive, whether they play well or not. There are positive growth moments for those guys, and when they come in and do play well and do help us get a key victory, I think those are great moments for young players like that.
Coach, what have you found just of your guys' ability not only to force turnovers but to get in transition off of those?
Yeah, I mean that was the plan. We knew this team makes a lot of mistakes, and if you force them, so we want to play with pressure. We want to, as a team, we talk a lot about how we turn the ball over too much, but we also don't force enough turnovers. So the turnover differential, is something that we're looking at as a team that we want to be strong. The final X amount of games, however many games we got left, we want to focus on the turnover differential. So I was happy to see us come out and force as many turnovers as we did.
Similar question. I mean, tonight was everybody kind of got in, but it's been 31 three-point attempts both of the past 2 nights. Do you look at that as let's get to this number, or is it just to read the flow? And did you feel like you generated good ones over the course of the game?
Yeah, I mean, we got to the line a ton each of the last 2 nights. I mean, I would love to see us shoot 43s every night. It's just, if you're getting to the basket and getting to the free throw line, that's even better, than high volume of threes. But we have a team that, should expect to shoot a high percentage if we get those type of attempts. So, it is something we're continuing to encourage.
Coach, it's 19-7 for you guys since Christmas. A lot is working right now, but points of progress or points of emphasis that you want to have over the All-Star break to keep that momentum going when you get back?
Rest and recover. Oh, you mean after the break? After the break. Well, yeah, we just talked about turnover differential, making sure we're a good defensive rebounding team, growing our small ball lineups, and continuing to just build that cohesion with, with all three of our captains out there, and our key role players, Grayson, Eric, Nurk, and obviously Royce O'Neal has been a huge addition for us. He played another terrific game tonight. Does all the little things. Like, he really excels at the little things, and is a great talker. We feel his physicality out there, and he was a plus 37 tonight. So seeing him play, just getting him incorporated with our core guys is a big part of what we're looking at post break.
What do you sense from the guys in terms of how things are clicking into place and how they're sort of ready to take off now that you guys remain healthy and are playing good basketball?
Yeah, I think we're finding a good rhythm. We're catching a good rhythm, but we know how good the West is. We really have to push the envelope to excel in all areas that we can and really focus on the details and the work post break. So we're excited to to take a little breather here and watch our two guys in that game on Sunday, and when we get out of the break, hopefully we can start with a few W's. We got 3 and 4 right out of the gates, with the Thursday, Friday, Sunday schedule they gave us.
There was a report that the Lakers and the Warriors were considering a possible deal sending LeBron to the Warriors. When you heard that, what was your impressions of that story? Surprised?
I'm not surprised that a team would call and ask to try to get LeBron James. No, I think that's smart general managing. Fun to think about, but there's a million scenarios like that are discussed, between GMs throughout the course of the year.
Yeah, keep the game first. It's a lot of noise around our game. There's a lot of shit that comes with being an NBA player. We keep the main thing. Then all of that stuff will fade away. It's unfortunate what happened before the game. It's supposed to be a brotherhood. But I also understand dudes get into stuff, and stuff may happen, but we try to avoid that in this league, but shit happens, and hopefully we can move on from it. And we all support Drew and got Drew's back, and he'll move past it.
Curious with Devin, and I know obviously he's not the only guy that talks to the official. Everyone does, but did that even surprise you that he got that?
Hell yeah, it did. It did, because he was talking to me. And I guess he said something that ticked the ref off, but they were on edge before the game anyway because of the situation. They didn't want things to escalate. They thought it might escalate with our team and theirs, but that's not even the type of team we are. We just try to go out there and talk with our game. And you seen it early on. They were trying to just, let us know that they're going to control the game. And I can understand it. I can see it from their perspective, but I just think that was too quick of a tech, both of them.
Kevin, to your point, do you sense that by the foul calls, or can you tell by their body language?
Yeah, more just body language. It wasn't of no ill intent what they were trying to do. They were trying to make sure that nothing goes farther beyond what happened before the game, and I can understand that part of it. And so sometimes, with that being said, you might get some quick texts, but I thought those two were way quicker than normal.
Kevin, when you look at just where you guys are right now, heading into the break, what things are you happy with, and what things do you feel like there's still room to grow?
Yeah, I like our togetherness has grown, being more of a unit. Guys understanding their roles and what they bring to the team. I think around this time when you start to figure that out, that's always good. I like where our record is, being 11 games over 500. So that's a good milestone to have going to the break, and for the most part, everybody's healthy. So Brad got a couple tweaks, and hopefully he can get back right after All-Star break. But I like how consistently we play games together the last month or so, and that's only going to bode well for us going forward.
Kevin, this is actually Book's only second time being selected to the All-Star game outright. I was just curious, since you've been to so many All-Star games, how much more enjoyable is it when you have a teammate that you get to participate in?
It's the best. It's the best. This is an incredible experience. We all thought about being All-Stars as kids, and to experience that, to be expected to be an All-Star every year, that's who we wanted to be as kids. So, it's a moment for the basketball world to celebrate the All-Stars, but it's also a moment for each family member, each friend that you got coming to really celebrate what you've done thus far in your career and thus far this season. So it's always a family type atmosphere when you go to All-Star, and that's the best part about it.
The commissioner said today that he felt like the players even agreed that maybe there needs to be some more competitiveness. And I know you didn't play in it last year, but do you feel like guys are maybe wanting to bring more of an actual game into that this weekend?
Yeah, I think they just went back. It's not the they didn't go back to the same format as far as the points is concerned, right? It's a regular game, right?
Yeah,
I think,
East versus West, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I think that'll help. I mean, it was a couple gimmicks involved the last few years with the choosing the players right before the game and the draft and all that. So I like it being East and West. I like it being traditional and guys go out there and just play their game. I think when the starters set the tone, once the ball is tipped, I think that'll set the tone for the rest of the game. And there's a lot of competitors in that game, so I'm looking forward to it.
Kevin, how big was it to see the bench have this kind of game going into the All-Star break?
It's always great when we can get guys on the bench more reps. When Book went out and Brad not playing, there's a next man mentality, so guys have to step up and do a little bit more. Love what Saben brought to the table tonight. Love what Royce brought to the table. J.O., D-Rod, Bo, Teo. I feel like everybody on the bench came in and contributed and did something positive for the team. So as much as we can build in-game confidence like that, the better we'll become.
Hey, you've been very successful on the court, but off the court recently in your venture with Boardroom and Rich Kleiman, you were recently given the honor by Billboard as being one of the most successful and impressive executives and athletes in the industry. Your impressions on your success away from the court?
Well, I mean, so many people had a hand in on it. Having a team behind you that can put you in position to be successful off the floor, give you the knowledge that you need to be successful off the floor is the most important thing. So I'm just grateful for the people that are around that let me focus on the main thing, which is crafting my game and getting better at my game, and understand that feeds into all the stuff that we're doing off the floor. So without what we do here on this court, none of that stuff can work. And I think as a group, we understand that. So it's pretty cool to see the progress.
The new shoe drops tomorrow. I was curious how much you maintain contact with Nike and how involved you are in like the collaborative process over the years with your shoes.
Shit, I'm from the ground up, As I got older, I got more in depth with, the drops and the colorways and the details of the shoes. That's become more fun as I gotten older. So this one we dropping tomorrow is they came out probably 12, 13 years ago. So it's a lot of nostalgia around this shoe. So I'm glad we was able to get that back to the fans, and hopefully they enjoy it.
The fours are the one everyone bothers you about still, right? Like
Oh, man. They've been bothering me about those for 4 or 5 years, and it's a limited pair, so I know they're going to hit me up even more about them. So, but we got so much stuff coming out. It's just grateful that I can partner with one of the best companies ever in Nike.
Those will be on Sunday.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, back to the All-Star game, which you played most of in the West of your for most of your career.
Yeah.
And you still talked about the competitiveness of getting back to the All-Star game instead of just the gimmicks the past couple of years picking up players. Is there a sense of pride for you playing back in the West and trying to get that win this weekend?
Man, I got pride for the name on the back of my jersey when I'm on that stage and in the city that I'm playing for, and my teammates. I want to go out there and represent them as much as I can, and I go out there and play my game regardless, and just trying to play hard regardless, So I just want to represent my last name and the market I play for as much as I can.
Is the hat showing some excitement about pitchers and catchers reporting?
Most definitely, man. It's right around the corner, man. We all could feel it here in the valley, man. Them boys got a big season ahead, so yeah.
Projected early, how were you guys able to kind of weather the storm and stay on top of things out there?
Yeah, just being able to handle adversity, kind of next man up mentality, and just having your brothers back and then just being able to go out there and perform and just remember there's still a task at hand that we need to accomplish. So that was kind of our mindset going into the game.
We've talked a lot asked about your driving ability and how when you come into the game you like to push the tempo. How important is that with this particular team especially?
Yeah, the coaching staff just tells me to push the pace, get in the paint, and I feel like that definitely helps our team and just try and get dudes the ball and be a knack for the ball on the defensive end. That's kind of what I try and do and help bring to the team.
What are the challenges to staying ready and knowing that split second Booker can leave the game and then your number's called and you're playing much more?
Yeah, we have like kind of a stay ready bump. So like the guys like me, Nas, Teo, Dave, like people who aren't really playing that much will play 5-on-5 with some of the associates and just kind of stay ready and just be ready whenever your name's called. So I feel like that definitely helps a lot, just being able to stay in rhythm and help your conditioning.
How does it feel to do this type of performance against not only your former team, but against your former coach, Monty, and doing it for your hometown team?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of emotions, but I was more just happy to be out there and playing, to be honest. That was kind of my mindset, just being out there and just doing what I can to help the team win.
I've asked this before, but do you feel a new energy out there, playing this many minutes and getting up as much as 12 free throws with out here in dreadlocks?
Yeah, it's a little different for sure, but yeah, just trying to get to the line, push the pace, get in the paint and find people. That's kind of what I try and do, and I feel like we play really well when we're getting transition and get stops.
Saben, being a two-way player and from here, now that the announcement was made today that you're getting a G League team here in the Valley, what does that mean for you?
Yeah, I think it's good. I personally can't get any more two ways, but I think that definitely helps for people coming up. My time in the G League definitely helped me a lot, and just having more exposure, I feel like it is great for G League players.
What are some of the advantages and disadvantages? Obviously, you mentioned that you've been on a two-way contract without a G League team to, being with the team a lot of time, but maybe not getting those reps. What's kind of the pros and cons there?
Yeah, I feel like it's tough, especially if you're not playing. But here, I feel like the Suns do a great job of kind of that stay ready bump I was talking about. So we play almost like, I would say we kind of have our like 82 game series or season. But yeah, definitely there's benefits of being with the team for sure. I get to learn from Book, KD, Brad. Like we talking about some of the best players in the game. So just being able to stay with the team and learn and be hands on with it and see what I can do to try and improve my game from learning from them definitely is a benefit for sure.
Frank said that you were a supreme athlete. You got that done, of course, in third. But what are some of the things that you do in order to stay ready besides, obviously, the stuff with the team?
I guess just mentally. Whenever I'm dressed, I assume that I'm gonna get in there and just mentally try and stay ready. Because it's better to stay ready and your name get called and you're ready to go than you're not ready and your name get called and you go out there and make mistakes. Because especially coming off the bench, you got to be a solid player and not have too many mistakes. So that's kind of just my mindset, just staying ready.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, Ed.
Appreciate you.
Right.